there are books that cannot be written in the Amazon self-publishing model. Nonfiction that Frank talked about takes years to write, and it does require the support and investment of a publisher. Donna Tartt's The Goldfinch, a wonderful novel. You and I talked about that on the radio this morning. It took 10 years to write, and it has to have the patronage of a company that believes in her talent. She can't do that on her own. And yes, genre fiction has been very successful, and there are some wonderful writers who have come to light because of that. But you are truly throwing the baby out with the bathwater if you let Amazon kill the publishing system that has nurtured our literary culture.
Okay, well, well, you know what? I've listened to you guys, and I'm gonna back off on my stance for a little bit. You made a point. Advances for works of nonfiction that take a long time, we should support these. And publishers have in the past supported these. But you're conflating two things here, Scott. It's a fallacy. Just because that's the way things were always done doesn't mean it's the way it should be done forever. Franklin said something great. Only one thing, but he said something great. He said, you know what advances are like? Advances are like Kickstarter for authors. You know what's great about that? You know what's better than an advance that takes 52.5% of your money? How about Kickstarter?
Joe. Frank Ford. You know, there was a study done out of Queens College about the median income of self-published authors, and it was found to be under $5,000, and nearly 20% of self-published authors reported deriving no income from their writing. And it says she found that only 1.8% of self-published authors last year made over $100,000 from their writing. That's not enough to sustain a living.
You are not comparing equals. It's like, I have a choice.
I want to bring Matt back into this conversation.
Right, please.
Matt Iglesias.
So, you know, advances is like a super important subject here. And here's the fact of the matter. You have to understand, book publishers, the big ones that we're talking about that are here, these are commercial enterprises. They're subsidiaries of big multinational for-profit companies. They don't offer these advances like because they're careless and just throwing money around like drunk morons. And they don't do it as an act of charity. I mean, there is, in fact, philanthropic support for certain kinds of nonprofit work. I mean, lots of important nonfiction books are written by professors at universities, et cetera, et cetera. But book publishers pay advances because it's part of their business model. Because as you say, it's required to get the book written. And so the question is that either makes financial sense or it doesn't, right? Giving people the advance in exchange for a cut of their sales is either a profitable business to be in which case people will continue to do it in the future, or else it's not a profitable business to be in which case it's going to go away regardless of what happens with ebooks and whatever else like that. So I think it's a total red herring. And I think, again, to focus this on the question of, you know, no one is denying that Amazon is not the book publisher's friend.